Hey there, guys, and welcome back to the Two Players Podcast, episode 46. We're going to be talking about the news, games we've been playing recently. Then we're going to talk about a couple TV shows that we've been watching, like The Walking Dead, Stranger Things. Then at the end, we're going to have our big Super Mario Odyssey discussion. The Walking Dead, Stranger Things, and Mario Odyssey discussions will be spoilers, so just keep that in mind once we get to that part of the show. So first up, Dragon Ball FighterZ will be launching on January 26th.
Yeah, it's a lot sooner than I thought, which is great because we already have Monster Hunter Worlds is also coming out on the January 28th, so that's some good stuff coming out in the beginning of January already.
Yep.
And I mean, they also announced a season pass, of course. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a fighter. You know, it's probably gonna have like DLC anyway. So I can't, I'm not really that mad because fighters just have that. Mm-hmm. But that from what I've been seeing for this game, it looks so good, man. Like I'm really excited for it.
It looks like actually really good Dragon Ball Z fighter game. Like a traditional fighter game. You know, like we play like Budokai Tenkaichi and stuff. Like those weren't like really fighting games, but those are still fun.
I mean, I like Budokai.
Budokai were also pretty good games as well. So Dragon Ball FighterZ definitely looks like it's going to be a really good game. I believe it's launching at 60, which is fine for, fighting games and stuff, especially since on how smooth this game looks in terms of like the presentation and stuff. But the season pass, $40, that's a little bit steep in my opinion. Maybe 30. I'm not exactly sure on how much time and effort goes into like making 8 additional fighters, so I guess $40 might be feasible, and they're adding in a bunch of extra stuff as well. So
yeah, I mean, I guess it's fine. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of season passes and stuff like that, same. But I know like fighters always have like a lot of DLC, so I guess it's okay. Mm-hmm. But the game just looks great. Like I can't wait to like just get wrecked online.
Yeah,
it's gonna be good. Alright, so GameCube controllers now work on the Switch, which is great for if you really like the GameCube controller and want to play Odyssey or something with it, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know why it wouldn't, to be honest, because it has the USB thing and stuff. But I guess it just should have worked anyway. But now it does, and that's really good.
I think it was just like
Mario Kart
announced or like accidentally put in on like the recent patch or something like that. I think Reggie said that like it was a accidental thing that they put in. So I'm not exactly sure if they have any plans for it. Obviously they don't, because Reggie said that this was accidental, but who knows, he could be lying. So
he could be.
Yeah. But I have not tried out the GameCube controller on any of my Switch games just because like a lot of them require motion controls, and like like playing Splatoon without the motion controls feels weird sometimes. And then Mario Odyssey, I feel like you kind of need the motion controls as well. So
and I kind of just like the Pro controller a lot anyway. Like
same.
So I don't really feel like I need the GameCube controller, even though the GameCube controller is like really good. The Pro controller is just like, it works fine, so I don't really need it unless Smash comes out, then I guess. But right now, I don't really have a need for it, but it's good to have another controller option, obviously.
It's probably like really good on Mario Kart 8 or something like that.
Yeah, it's probably really good at Mario Kart. Mostly if you play Double Dash or something, you'll probably like feel at home with that. Mm-hmm. Ha. All
right. The next piece of news that Animal Crossing Pocket Camp has been announced. I believe it's already out in Australia, so like some people like made Australian iOS accounts, and then they're playing it right now. So
yeah.
But yeah, this looks like a actually good Animal Crossing game. I think this will hold us over until they finally announce the inevitable Switch Animal Crossing game, because like this game looks like if it was like the 3DS game, but like they obviously made it like a camping sort of ordeal.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically just like Animal Crossing, just like
on
smaller.
The phone. Yeah.
On the phone, and it's more like you don't own your own town or anything like that. It's just like you have this little campsite where you could like talk to villagers, fish, and basically do anything you could in like New Leaf and stuff, and it's pretty cool. Again, I think a lot of people didn't expect to be a full Animal Crossing game. I expected it to be like Happy Home Designer or something like that, but it's not. It's like it's like an actual Animal Crossing game, which is very impressive. So yeah, I'm really happy with what I've seen. It doesn't seem like too many pay to win stuff in it, obviously.
I think
you can buy these like Leaf.
Yeah, like, you could buy like tickets. Leaf tickets or whatever, and then you can like speed up the process of what you're doing, basically.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess that's fine. I mean, it's like, it's Animal Crossing. It's like the game itself is very time consuming, so I guess giving you the option to like skip a few things is fine.
Yeah, like speed things up if you don't want to wait for it or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I think it actually looks pretty good. Again, I'm probably gonna play it for a week and just stop. That's also just double with Animal. Like, I love Animal Crossing, but it's just like I rather.
It's on the phone, so.
Yeah, like I'd rather just play New Leaf if I'm just playing this. But yeah, it looks good. I'm very impressed. It looks a lot better. Like I think each mobile game they do just gets better and better.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mario Run was just like, all right.
Yeah.
I like Fire Emblem Heroes for a bit because it's very addicting, but then it just got really boring after a while.
Yeah.
And then this game is like an actual game now. So I'm happy that Nintendo seems to be putting a lot of effort into these mobile games, but I still don't really care that much. I'd rather just have Animal Crossing for the Switch, but if this is what they have right now, then I guess I'm okay with this.
Yeah, when I was watching the Direct, I was just like so surprised in how fleshed out this game was and stuff like that. So I'm excited to come out on this side, in America, and not have to make like a Australian ID or whatever like so many people already have. So I'm gonna just wait for it to come out locally. So
yeah, I mean I think it's coming out soon, like 2000.
Yeah,
is it coming out?
I believe
this
it
year,
should come out at the end of this year or something like that. It's gonna come out late November, so this month. Right. So
all right, that's good.
You shouldn't have to wait that long.
All right, so next up, Microsoft is just not making Kinects anymore. Finally, I think it was sold with the Xbox One, right?
Yes, it was sold with the Xbox One for a while, and then I guess they realized that this was wasting money, so they were like, all right, screw it.
So, like, finally. Like, this thing basically had no use since it came out. Like, I think they stopped making Kinect games after, like, the first year of its release, right?
Yeah, they didn't make a lot of Kinect games just because of the fact that it was just not working as intended.
Yeah, so, I'm just glad they just gave up on it. This thing had no point at all.
Yeah,
like the only point it really,
the way they advertised it, like the first time I saw it at E3, I was like, wow, dude, this is super cool. You could like scan in like your skateboard and then it'll show up on the screen. I don't think any of that stuff actually came to fruition. So yeah, it's just like it's just another piece of tech that's just gone now, so
yeah. I mean, they were mostly just using it as like a glorified like Amazon Echo at that point. It's like, hey, Xbox. But, I guess it just gave up on that. It was just costing way too much money probably to just put this thing in the Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad they're just finally scrapping it. Like, I know PlayStation found other uses for the Move, but this is just garbage. Gone.
All right, so the next piece of news is that GameStop has a subscription for used games. So this is a very interesting thing that they're doing. So pretty much... it's $60 for 6 months, and what you can do is that you buy a used game, and then you could swap it out for another used game during that 6-month period, and then by the end of it, you get to keep one of them. It doesn't have to be your last game. It doesn't have to be your first game. It could be any of the games that you checked out of. So it's sort of like a renting kind of thing.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
It's just that you have to pay $60 in, but you get to change as many times as you want. So like you could like just pick a game and then like I'm not really liking this, or like you realize that it's like 100 hours and you're like, oh, never mind, I probably can't finish that. So you swap out for like a different game or whatever. So this is interesting. I just want to see on how this will go. Sign up start on November 19th, and you need a GameStop rewards membership so they could keep track of how many games you checked out and stuff like that. So
yeah, I think this is like the smartest move GameStop can do right now, since they're really losing to those like online retailers and stuff like that.
And
so
Best Buy.
And like Best Buy and stuff. So like right now GameStop's kind of just like dead. Like there's no reason to really go there. So I think using like one of this, GameStop's biggest advantages, like used games like as a service is pretty cool. Like I don't know, I could see myself using it like if
potentially
I really wanted to, but I probably won't. But
yeah, same.
I think it's pretty useful if you just want to keep playing like these games that came out maybe like last year or something, or maybe even games that came out this year, earlier this year.
Yeah.
And you just want to like play them and just return them back just so you said you played them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see this being really useful. It's $60 for 6 months, so $10 a month. It's not that bad.
Yeah. Especially since you could like just take out like Zelda, which is probably like $55 at GameStop used, and then swap it back for maybe Mario Odyssey. Maybe someone already returned that or whatever. So
yeah, so yeah, I think this is a very smart move by them. I don't know if it would save them right now, but
yeah,
I
that's
think
the big question.
I think it's a very good step for them, and it is a good service. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, we just gotta wait and see if it actually does help them or not.
Yeah, because like as a person who doesn't buy games at GameStop in a while, the last thing I bought at GameStop was like toys or whatever.
The last thing I bought at GameStop was the Switch, and that's it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, same. In terms of like video game stuff, like the last game I bought was Mario Odyssey, and I bought that at Best Buy because I have the stupid 20% off with the Gamers Unlocked. So GameStop, they have that kind of thing, I think, but it's only with used games for some reason. So like I don't know exactly what they're doing. So I guess this is kind of their way to like try to compete with Amazon and Best Buy and all the other retailers that are kind of beating them out right now. So we'll just have to go and wait and see on how this works out, because it could either do them really well or it could just do nothing for them.
Yeah, basically. All right, so the Paris Games Week happened. I didn't even know this was going on.
Yeah, same.
So,
I did not know.
Yeah, until I saw my like inbox get filled with like trailers and stuff. So yeah, there's just a bunch of new PlayStation trailers that came out.
These were all of the trailers that I saw, and I obviously put Monster Hunter World for you. So, but yeah, these were pretty much all of the trailers that interested me. But there's a bunch of other trailers on the PlayStation channel if you're interested. To those listening.
these were the same ones that interested me anyway, so it's fine. But yeah, so let me talk about Monster Hunter World. Like this game looks great. It's basically just Monster Hunter. It just looks good.
Yeah,
and it just looks so good, man. It's not much to say. Like I guess like if you didn't like Monster Hunter, you'll probably just hate this game anyway.
Yeah,
like because it's like the same thing. You kill monsters, get their like materials, make new armor, fight better monsters or whatever.
That's what it looks like to me. So
yeah, it's probably gonna be the same exact like gameplay loop, but I'm totally okay with that because I love the loop for that. I'm just happy I can actually play this with like not a keyboard, but like a controller instead of like a goddamn like
3DS.
Yeah, because my hands, you don't understand how much that game cramps your hands because like you have to do so many like maneuvers and stuff. So I'm really happy that I could play this on like a controller, and the game just looks nice. It doesn't look like garbage like the 3DS games. So I'm just really happy. The monster designs, like the animations, everything looks amazing. Like I cannot wait. I'm glad a lot of people are getting hyped for it too. That makes me really happy.
I'm just glad that people on like PlayStation and PC, I'm not exactly sure if this is coming to Xbox, but those people get a chance to go and play Monster Hunter for themselves.
Yeah, man. Like, I'm gonna get this for PC so bad. I really want it, man. And it's coming out the end of January too, so that's something to look forward to.
Obviously, they had to go and show another trailer for Spider-Man PlayStation 4. I think at this point it's only called Marvel Spider-Man or something like that.
Oh, is it?
I'm not exactly sure, but I don't think anyone said this yet, but I think Peter Parker just like looks weird. I'm not exactly sure.
He does look really weird.
He doesn't look like a Peter Parker that I would know. I guess it's because he's like a lot older.
Yeah, I think he might be in college in this one. I'm not too sure.
Because like
he said he had to pay rent. I'm like,
because like the way that they described this Spider-Man is that like he's a veteran, he's been doing this for a while, so like I guess this is their way of showing him that he looks older, but he just looks weird to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not too big of a fan of his design either. But obviously I like his suit, but and that's probably what you're gonna see him in most of the time anyway. But still, like he just looks weird. But besides that, I think this was more like just a story thing, like just showing all like the characters and stuff like that. So it wasn't like much gameplay. I mean, in general, this game hasn't been showing much gameplay, which is kind of worrying. Like, I mean, I trust tvsonic. Obviously, I love them to death, but you just haven't really shown much gameplay besides like I guess like the E3 trailer, like they showed a little bit, but most of that was like QTEs anyway. So I get like I'm still waiting for a solid gameplay trailer, but I mean this was fine. Yeah, it just showed like Peter Parker and like that weird other villain guy.
I think it's Mr. Negative or whatever.
Yeah, Mr. Negative or something like that. Yeah, but
I'm still excited for this game either way because it's Insomniac Games and Spider-Man, so I really don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still really excited, but I still wanted to see like a good gameplay trailer at some point. All right, so Detroit Become Human. All right, so this trailer was really good.
Yeah, it was actually really good.
it just people are getting really hyped for this, and I'm like, this is bullshit. There's no way this game is gonna pull this off at all. There's no way this game is gonna pull off like a million choices that mean anything. Like
maybe the game's like super short. Who knows?
I've seen so many games that promise this and always fail. Like,
like the ending comes down to like 2 choices or whatever.
Yeah, so it's like I do not see this being as good as people are thinking. This trailer was great. Don't get me wrong. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. Like I just like. I know a lot of people are really like falling for this, and I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and see.
Yeah, same.
This.
I'm not.
I mean, I know
I've never really played any of these kind of games from this studio before either.
Yeah,
so.
they're the guys who made Heavy Rain.
Yeah, Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls or whatever. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I'm still not sure about this game at all. But
yeah.
I know Christian's like extremely hyped for it, but I'm like, you just gotta like calm down. Like we both know. Like, I don't want to be cynical about it, but like it's bullshit. Like there's no way this game can pull this off. But we have to see though. It could surprise me. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be very interesting on what happens if this game actually does pull off like a billion different like choices and ways to go and play this game. And then at that point, every single YouTuber who plays this game will most likely play it differently at some point.
Yeah, it'll be really cool. I always love seeing these games be played by other people because it really shows like what options they're gonna do and what different like paths they go through. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna hold off until it actually comes out. That's all I'm saying.
God of War got another trailer.
This was basically just like he just killed some dudes and then that's it.
Yeah.
Wasn't really much to say. Like, you just beat up some guys in a cave and then like you get like a jump scare and then that's the end of the trailer.
Yeah.
So I guess it was
I'm kind of at the point with gaming where it's like I kind of just like want one trailer or like one announcement and then just have the game come out, because like if I know too much going in, I'm not gonna be like
hype.
Yeah, all that hype for it. Because like with Mario Odyssey, like they showed off a lot of that game, but like a lot of it was kind of like samey or whatever.
Yes.
When I played that game, I was still like very excited for it. I was still having a lot of fun with it. But like God of War, they're showing like the same things over and over again, and I'm not the biggest God of War fan, mind you. So I just want to see on how this game goes and how it plays out. This game will be releasing early 2018, so I don't think we should have to wait that much longer anyways.
Yeah, good. Alright, so shout out to Colossus. You basically got the dude riding his horse, and then it looks pretty, and then that's it. I mean, obviously, I never played Shadow of the Colossus. I'm probably going to play this because I probably need to play Shadow of the Colossus at some point in my life. But, yeah, I mean, it looks good. It's a very pretty remake. Again, all I think they're doing is just giving the game a really nice graphical uplift, and I think that's about it. I don't think they're touching too many of the mechanics or anything like that, which is good. I like it when remakes just like make the game look pretty. That's all.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that. But yeah, not really much to show off. You just like show the dude riding his horse into the place, and then that's it.
It looks super nice. Woo! Like that's all I got from this trailer, anyways. Because like when I played Shadow of the Colossus on PS3, which was a quote unquote HD remake, it still looked like crap, and it was super dark as well.
Well, it was an HD remaster. Yeah, this is a remake. So yeah.
I'm just excited to go and see on how well this game goes out in terms of like sales and stuff like that. So but the next trailer, which was the most interesting one, I would say, is Last of Us Part 2. This is people are theorizing that the female character in this trailer is like Ellie's mom or something. So and like they don't say it either, like at all. So that could be a hint.
Wait, which one was Ellie's mom? The one that got the axe to the face, or the one that
that got like dragged?
Oh, okay.
And like hanged for like a bit or whatever. Okay. So, but yeah, this trailer was definitely very mysterious. It doesn't tell you much on exactly what's going on or when it's going on or anything like that. So, my theory on The Last of Us Part 2 is that it's going to have segments with Ellie's mom and how she got to where she was before whatever happened to her happened, and then we're gonna see Ellie, and I'm not exactly sure on how Ellie's part of the game is gonna work, because Joel could be dead for all we know, because like in that first trailer he looked very clean cut, like he didn't look like he was like battered or anything like that, so he could be dead. I don't know.
Yeah. Again, I never played the first one, so like I didn't know what was going on. But apparently, a lot of people didn't know what was going on, so that made me feel a little better. But yeah, again, Last of Us is a game I should just play at this point. But I'll probably play it before the second one comes out, so I could like enjoy it, I guess. And now that the hype's basically like subsided from the first game, I could just play it without like having too much expectations, I guess. You know how hype works. All right, so the next game is Sucker Punch's new game, Ghost of Tsushima. Right?
Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah,
I actually had no idea that this was announced until I checked their Twitter. I was like, oh wait, they announced a new game.
And it looks pretty sick, man. Like it's supposed to be like an open world samurai game, and like the character design of the main guy looks really cool. So
it also just looks really pretty cool as well.
Yeah, it looks really pretty too. I mean, that surprises me. This is made by Sucker Punch, because usually do like the whole comic booky type thing, like Sly and like Infamous. Like this is like a totally different thing. So I'm happy to go in such a different direction, and it looks really cool. So yeah, I can't wait for that.
I just want to see one gameplay trailer. That's all I want to see.
Yeah, I mean, this was just a reveal trailer.
Yeah,
so
pretty much. Because like
they'll probably show gameplay.
Because like it's been years since Sucker Punch released anything or said anything on what they're doing. So the fact that they finally announced that they're doing this new game, this new IP, I wonder on how this will go. Because like this is a very different kind of game, and depending on how sales go for this, they'll probably move to something else most likely. Because right now the trailer doesn't even have 1 million views, so we'll just have to go and wait and see on how this game pans out. But
yeah, I hope so. It looks cool.
There's no release date or release window so far, so it could be a 2019 game for all we know.
Yeah, we're probably gonna see more in E3, but it's probably not coming out next year, probably.
Yep. All right, so past Paris Games Week, LA Noire on the Switch will not fit at all. So pretty much, this game, it will require a 14 gigabyte download if you buy the digital version. So I think that's more than the Switch already has. So, or like most of like the memory or whatever. And then if you get the physical version, it requires All right, so the physical version requires a 14 gigabyte digital downloading, requiring gameplay data to be used as general bug fixes and improvements. The file can be downloaded to either the Switch console or a micro SD card, sold separately. So
yeah, so that's really bad.
Pretty much, when you buy this game on the Switch, you're gonna need a lot more space than you really need or should need, I would say.
Yeah.
Because like at this point, buying this on the Switch, you're just buying it for the portability, and that's very situational for a lot of people. Because like you could just buy this game on PC, last gen consoles, or the PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah, I mean, like, and this doesn't feel like a game that really benefits from the Switch's ability to be played like handheld. Like it's just like this is like super unnecessary. Like we don't really need that. Like I'm happy it's getting ported, I guess. But it's like, I don't really, like, all this trouble just to play LA Noire just seems a little dumb.
Just a little much.
Yeah, like, I'm not going to go through all this trouble when I could just buy the game for $1 on a Steam sale. So it's like, it's alright. Like, I really don't need this, but whatever. I guess if you really want to play LA Noire on your Switch, you have to go through all this stuff. So if you really want to do that, you can.
Okay.
But
so, like, obviously, I read the shit wrong. 14 gigabytes if you buy the physical version, and then the digital version is 29. So
29.
That's pretty much 29 out of 32 of the base Switch memory, and that's ridiculous.
My God, Jesus.
Yep, that's a little much. So
yeah, that's
to those who wanted to go fully digital on the Switch and want to buy LA Noire, good luck with that one. So
yeah, that's pretty bad. Alright, so Xenoblade Chronicles 2 just right now got a direct announce. I don't know when. Wait, let me see.
Monday, November 7th at 6 a.m. PST, which is 9 a.m. for CST.
Yeah. I'm gonna be at school. Alright, but yeah, I mean, we just gotta see. I mean, they basically, Xenoblade had a direct at the E3 because they spent like 10 minutes on it. And a lot of people were upset about that. So, like, I don't even know what they're going to show at this because they kind of just explained everything at E3. Like, I have no idea what they're going to show at this direct. But whatever. Like, the more and more they show about this game, the more and more I get worried, which is, like, bad. I don't want to be worried about this game, but I really am, so...
Oh, wait. Nintendo's dumb. They said Monday the 7th. The 7th's a Tuesday, so...
Oh, okay. Nintendo, please. Alright, so on Tuesday... nah, I probably still can't watch. But, oh, yeah. No, I can't. Yeah, I have to go. But, yeah, again, the more and more they show about this game, the more and more I get worried. The voice acting, like, the only thing that looks really good still is the gameplay and the exploration. But besides that, like, the character designs, like, I just don't really like any of it. Like, the main chick is like, what happened there? Like, that doesn't look right.
Just going into the replies that this tweet has, there's a lot of people that are actually still excited for this game, which is...
Yeah, I mean, I am, because I love Xenoblade Chronicles, and I liked Xenoblade Chronicles X, but we just gotta see. I don't know. I'm sure it'll be good, but I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, man. The first game had a great story and characters. This game just looks like a downgrade.
It just looks worrying for you.
Yeah, and, as someone that's a pretty big fan now, that's kind of sad, so... But we just gotta wait and see.
Yep. All right. So that is all of the news that we have for today. We're gonna get into games we've been playing recently, and then we'll go into our big discussions with the TV shows and Mario. So I guess I'll go first this time. So games I've been playing recently. Obviously, League of Legends. The season's ending soon. I lost a lot of games recently, but like I don't even think I could climb all that significantly higher anymore with the amount of time that's left. The season ends on Tuesday, I believe, the 7th. Yeah. So, I'm gonna just wait on it and whatever, just like play normals with my friends and do whatever I want to do. I just unlocked the last champion that I needed, ASOL. So now I don't need any more champions until they release the new one. So
that's pretty cool.
That's what happens when you play the game for so many goddamn years. But I played Jackbox Party Pack 4. I did a review on it, but pretty much this game's awesome. It's great. It's not as good as the third one, I would say, because there's a couple games on this pack that I'm just really bad at, and I'm not a huge fan of either. So,
like which ones?
Civic Doodle. It's like a game where you draw,
you just draw
and then people have to vote on which one's better. Then after that, 2 new artists go up, and they have to continue that drawing. I'm not a huge fan of that because like I like starting from scratch and like doing my own thing. So trying to go off of someone else's art was a little nerve-wracking for me, and I'm pretty bad at it too.
Bracketeers looks like absolute garbage.
No, bro. Bracketeering's actually like really troll. Good? It's actually really troll and really funny. Like I'm not even gonna lie.
I saw Northern Lion play Bracketeers. I'm like, this looks so bad. Like it's like a long, like a single prompt quick blast.
Yeah,
for, like,
it's pretty funny because like when like it ties up, you have to like mash on your smartphone or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But Survive the Internet's definitely the best game on here.
Yeah, that one looks great.
Yeah, and then Monster Seeking Monster. It's good with the right crowd because like I didn't play it with my cousins because I knew that they would like get confused on like what the hell's going on and like how they win it and stuff. So I just stuck with the simpler games that were on this pack. But Monster Seeking Monster with the right crowd and with people that are willing to like learn the game and stuff.
That game looks great.
Yeah, that game's definitely the second best on the pack. But yeah, it's a good Jackbox Party Pack. Definitely my number 2, but not my number 1 because Jackbox 3 is just way too good. And then I played Overcooked on the Switch because my cousin brought her Switch over, and then we played 4-player because she only plays it with her boyfriend, and like 2 players, like it's fine, but it's obviously a lot easier because when you play with 4 people, it just gets very chaotic and more stressful and stuff. So
God, that game.
But I still had a lot of fun. But playing that game on the Switch with just one of the Joy-Cons felt a little weird. Because like the stick on the Joy-Cons are not as good as like a Xbox controller or anything like that. So
because they're really tiny.
Yeah.
And, like, your hand, like, and using it like the sideways controller just feels even worse. So I understand what you're talking about. Yeah.
But other than that, I think that's all I've been playing. Other than Mario, obviously, which we'll talk about at the end. So now it's your turn, Damian.
So I've been really busy. So like a lot of games have been coming out, and I bought them and played them. But like I've just been really busy. I guess I could talk about. I mentioned this last time, but the TF2 got an update, which like it didn't have an update in over a year, so it was really cool to actually see the game not dead. And it was not a huge one. Like it was just like they kind of just fixed Pyro and like gave him new weapons and stuff, which really helped. Like they made Pyro fun to play and not bullshit. They like you know, if someone got like puffed by like the flamethrower, you get afterburn for 10 seconds and like you would just die.
Oh yeah.
Now it depends on how long the Pyro actually has its fire on you. That how long your afterburn would stay.
Okay.
They also fixed how the flames work. So last time it used to be like sometimes it looks like the flames aren't hitting you, but it hits you anyway. But now they fix it so like it's always in like a cone of like damage. I don't know why it wasn't like that to begin with, but there you go. The flames go to like bounce off walls and stuff now, so it makes a little more sense and it doesn't just like go clip through the wall.
Okay.
And they just gave him some new weapons. Like they gave him basically like a fireball launcher, which is like it's just a rocket launcher for Pyro, and I love Soldier in that game, which just uses rocket launchers. So that I just love that weapon. It's really fun to use, but besides that, they had a bunch of new maps, a new contract system, which they had a contract system before, which basically like you get like a quest. You do that quest and you get a reward for it. But last time it was just random if you got a new one or not. I don't know why it was like that, but just like if after you complete a contract, you could wait up to like a whole day and still haven't had a new one to do. In this one, they sort of like you just do all of them at once now. So you like after you finish one, you immediately get your next one, which is how it should have been from the beginning. But yeah, now it's like that. I think they took that from the CS:GO system. A lot of people were saying that because they just take things from CS:GO and put into TF2 now. But
it just sounds like that they just like fixed a lot of things that should have been fixed a long time ago.
I mean, only like 2 people work on TF2 now, so like it's kind of hard to release updates for that game now since Valve works like. They could like work on any game they want. Like they don't have assigned teams. Like they could just like if people just don't feel like working on a game anymore, it's like all right, let's just work on like the new Dota 2 card game and just leave TF2 like dead. And that's basically what they did. So yeah, it's kind of sad because I love TF2, but this update is really good. A lot of people went back to it. It had like 100,000 concurrent players again, which it didn't had since like it went free to play. So that was really cool to see. But besides that, I've also been playing Destiny 2 because that came out on PC. And Destiny 2 is really good. Like I like it a lot. I know a lot of people are salty about it because they took basically everything from Destiny 1 and didn't really improve anything. It's kind of like the same game if you bought Destiny 1. For me, it's not a problem because I never played Destiny 1, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But for a lot of veterans, a lot of people are angry about it. But and I can understand why. Like they basically didn't introduce any new like classes, didn't introduce like any new like anything. Like no new systems or anything. It's basically just the same game. Just like some different stuff, and I can understand why people get really salty at that with less content. Like there's only like 5 strikes, which are like dungeons, 1 raid now, while the original one had like I don't know, like 30 strikes or whatever.
But didn't they release a expansion for the first game or whatever?
They released they released like 2 like mini DLCs and then a big expansion, which made the game really good. That's what Christian told me. But now with this one, they basically just scrapped all that because this is a sequel, not an expansion. So
yeah,
they're not reusing any of that old content, and I guess this is all new content, but it has like nothing like that. There's no end game basically. Like there's 1 raid that's good, but that's about it. So yeah, I mean I haven't gone up to end game yet, so I can't really say that for sure yet. But I could say that the gunplay feels so good, man. Like it feels so good to shoot things. The PvP is like really broken, as in like it doesn't feel balanced, but it is really fun to play through.
Yeah.
All the dungeons and stuff are really fun to play. Like there's a lot of cool boss mechanics and stuff. And the class I picked was Warlock, and like all its like subclasses are really fun to use. Where just one like you pull out a giant fire sword, one way like you throw a bomb, one that you just like shoot lightning out of your hands. It's just a fun game to play, and I'm glad I bought it. Like I'm having a lot of fun with it, and a lot of PC players like tend to agree that we have a more positive outlook on the game because we didn't play the first one.
Yeah,
but
that's probably it.
I can see why a lot of people would be salty about the lack of anything in this game. So hopefully they fix that with the upcoming expansions and stuff. And I played Mario, but then
we're gonna talk about that.
Talk about that together. So yeah.
All right. So before we talk about Mario, we're gonna talk about some TV shows. So these are spoilers for The Walking Dead and Stranger Things, season 2 and season 1 of Stranger Things, and then the newest season of The Walking Dead, which is season 8. So let's just talk about the first 2 episodes of The Walking Dead, then we'll get into Stranger Things. So
Yeah.
The premiere of The Walking Dead, how did you think that episode played out? Like, what are your just thoughts on it, basically?
I thought it was okay. Because I came home on Sunday. I was very tired because I was working a lot, and I just came home, watched that with my family, and I remember being like just super pissed at that episode for some reason, and I can't even really remember why. I think I just remember hating it.
Was
a
it
lot,
because Father Gabriel just killed himself?
I think because everyone was an idiot. Like, I'll talk about that in the next episode. I mean the second episode of The Walking Dead. But in this first episode, Gabriel was like, "What are you doing, man? You have like an assault rifle and you can do right in front of you with a baseball bat. You can't just shoot him in the face. Like, I don't understand."
Hey man,
like,
he's shitting bricks.
The Walking Dead could sometimes be really stupid with its writing, and it just annoys me so much.
Because you gotta set it up, bro. They gotta like set it up for like the big climactic thing. But my favorite part of the episode was definitely when Rick was counting down, and then he said, "Wait, these guys aren't gonna surrender. Fuck it, I'm gonna just shoot on them." Basically,
see, that makes sense because like I don't know why they're giving the villain monologues. Like, just like shoot the guy. Like, I like Negan and all, but like, come on, like it's a little hard to believe at that point. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I am happy that it's action packed at least. Like, you know, like these last 2 episodes had a lot of action, which is good because I feel like, goddamn, like you didn't do like, anything last time.
Shit ton of shooting. That's pretty much what's going on.
Yeah, basically they're just going through plans of like multi-prong attacks on like Negan's base and stuff. So, which is cool, and you can see how their plans unfold and stuff with like the whole like cars, and they put like the little barriers in front and stuff, and they drive and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you can see their plan in this episode was to just like bring in a horde of walkers to like their base, so it could basically be like unusable.
Pretty much just destroying everything Negan has at this point.
Yeah, just like mostly just crippling his like his army and stuff like that, which is smart. You know, instead of going head on like just like a firefight.
Yeah.
This was a very creative way to like, you know, sort of stop him from doing stuff. Mm-hmm. But you know, just like some of the characters making stupid decisions. Like, I know that's just Walking Dead and TV sometimes in general, but it's just annoying sometimes.
What'd you think of Carl going back to that guy to like give him food or whatever, and then writing sorry?
That, I mean, it's like, I know the show also does this a lot too. Like, it's like, oh, we're not supposed to kill people and stuff. Like they have the same argument all the time, and they do that in the next episode. But it's fucking
season 8, guy. Just kill everyone that you don't know. At this
and then
point.
They betray them like a second later. It's like, what did you expect? Like, Rick already went through this arc like 40 times. Like, we don't need this again. Like, I'm so tired of it. Like, next episode's even worse with that, with Jesus. But whatever. We talk about that when we get to that.
Also, the stupid flashback with Rick, or like the vision into the future of like what Rick thinks the future will be after he like defeats Negan and stuff. He's like 1,000 years old and like everyone else looks the same.
Yeah, I didn't get what was going on with that. I'm like, all right.
I just found that to be hilarious because I was like, Michonne doesn't look like she aged like at all.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that. Like, stop. I mean, again, it was entertaining to watch. You know, it was fun to see them go through the plan and like take down like some of Negan's like army and stuff like that. But I don't know, it's just the writing in that show could just be really dumb. And like with the next episode, they basically just go through more of that like stuff where it's just like they do more like they take down the bases and stuff like at the same time, so they don't really have a chance to react and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we get up to the whole point where now Jesus is like,
Jesus and what's her face are like arguing whether or not to like kill this guy, and then like Tara, and then like the guy turns on Jesus, and I'm like, dude, come on.
I don't know. I'm like, what do you expect, my dude? Like, we're in war.
It's like, oh my god, man, he pissed his pants. Wow. Maybe he's actually that scared. I'm like, no, he's not. He's probably like faking it. Whatever. I mean,
you know what? You're just gonna like surrender because, like, I mean, like, war, man. Like, Chris is gonna try to kill you. Like,
also, when they got outside and then Jesus convinced everyone to not kill them for some reason, I'm like, they're part of Negan's crew. Like,
I know, what are they gonna do with them? Like, are they just gonna like leave them there?
You can't reform them onto your side like that. Like, there's no way that's happening. So like, you have to kill them at this point. You know.
Yeah, you either kill them or you're just wasting food to like keep them alive. I don't understand what your thought process here is. Like, war at this point. Like, like that killed them.
Yeah, my favorite part of this episode was definitely just Morgan just like going in on everyone. Yeah, he pretty much turned into John Wick for like a couple of scenes.
He really did. That part was really fun to watch. It's fun to see him like get past that whole like peace thing and just like
yeah, because like when like him and his crew weren't able to like kill those guys in that room, and like he's the only one that survived. He's like, well, I guess I gotta kill everyone now.
Yeah,
it's pretty much what happened.
What was up with the whole character? That character from season 1 or something? When Rick,
yeah. That was the guy who originally dipped in season 1 when he like left with his family.
Okay.
And like now he's on Negan's side, and like that whole thing with Rick and Daryl, like when Rick was fighting that guy, I was like, wow, it's like some pretty good action. And then he checks the room, and then there's a kid there. I'm like, bruh, like.
He had a child. I don't even know what that, like, is he just gonna leave the kid there or something?
Yeah, I have no idea what they're gonna do with that, but like pretty much that scene was very powerful because Rick got to see himself in the mirror. Like, am I doing the right thing? Am I really supposed to be killing these people? So like obviously that conflict's happening once again. But
I mean, I feel like that's done more subtly than like the whole Jesus saying like we can't kill these people.
Yeah.
With this one, it's like Rick is like, oh no, I killed a father.
I'd much rather do it subtly than Jesus outright saying we can't kill people. I'm like, what are you doing, like, man?
I prefer the way they did it with Rick, also because he's a father now. He's like he sees himself like that, so that was way better than just doing it.
Especially since what's it called? Like they all agreed to like go in there and kill everyone, basically.
Yeah, so like
So like having this like last minute change of plans, a huge change of plans, was kind of just like why.
Yeah. But I think how did the episode end?
It ended with the reveal of the guy from season 1,
right.
Holding Rick at gunpoint. That's pretty much how the episode ended. But I'm definitely very interested on how the next episode's gonna go because
I'm pretty interested too.
With Rick now confronted with a guy from season 1, I forget his name. I'm sorry, but I just want to go and see on how the rest of the season plays out and like. In my opinion, the first episode of this season was okay. It definitely was a lot more action-packed, just like gunshots everywhere, explosions everywhere, basically. And then the second episode was just as okay as the first episode was. Like, nothing in this season so far, 2 episodes in, nothing has really, like, blown my mind or, like, got me really hyped or anything like that, which I haven't felt in a very long time, because, after like the whole thing with Negan killing someone, then we had to wait for like a long ass time to find that out or whatever. That kind of just like destroyed my hype for this show, basically.
Yeah, I also don't like that they keep doing like these action-packed premieres and not putting it as a finale. Like I don't get why they do that. Like you should just put your action-packed episodes at the end or whatever instead of just like having it as a premiere. Because just, I don't know, it doesn't really make sense.
I mean, like the season finale for season 7 was pretty much Negan going to Rick's side of the whatever, and like him pretty much invading, and then they fought back, and then they pushed Negan out. So
that's true, but
I don't know. We'll just have to go and wait and see on how this season plays out. But in my opinion, if Negan doesn't die by like mid-season finale, I'm done. I'm gonna be like so tired of this show at that point, just because it's like, bruh, this guy's been alive for too damn long,
Yeah.
Or like at least he gets captured, because I believe that's what happens in the comics. He like gets captured.
He gets captured.
So if he gets captured by the mid-season finale, I'll be okay with that. But I want him dead because like he's been alive for too damn long.
Yeah, like after Negan dies, I'm probably done with the show. But we'll see. Like I don't know. I'm just kind of like over it.
I'm just too invested into these characters at this point.
At this point, I just want to see what happens with Negan, and then after that, I think I'm done. I'll be satisfied, because I know they said like we're not gonna end the show anytime soon. I'm like, that's a horrible thing to say. But
you guys can't be the Simpsons and like come out with a new episode every goddamn week or whatever.
Yeah, it just gets annoying.
All right, so let's talk about Stranger Things, season 1 and 2. Once again, spoilers for this section of Stranger Things. If you haven't binge watched all of season 1 and season 2, stop watching. But we're gonna be talking about them as like just like discussions, basically. So Season 1, we haven't talked about it on the show, so I guess we could go and get our perspectives on that. So when did you watch Season 1?
I watched it when it like came out, like a little bit after it came out, like maybe like a month or two after it came out.
So like, I let the hype die down a little.
A little bit, yeah. I was hearing a lot of good things about it, and I'm like, I'm gonna watch it. And it basically hit all the things I really like about this stuff. Like I really like that whole like small town, like weird things happening, 80s monster stuff like that. It really hit all the things I really liked, and it really did. Like, you know, the whole kids were great, like 11 was great, like all that stuff was like really good. And I didn't even know you watched it, so I didn't
yeah, I just watched it this past week before season 2 came out. So
okay, so I mean, it's been like a year since I watched it basically. So you wanna talk about season 1?
Yeah, so season 1, I started watching it as like a thing to like wait for my brother to come home and Kofi before like we played Jackbox 4. So you know, Stranger Things, I was just like, this show is really good. Like, I was so surprised on how good it was, because like when it came out, I heard that it was like an 80s style show, and I was like, I wasn't born during that time, so like I'm not exactly sure if I'll like it or whatever.
I watched a lot of like 80s stuff just because we had a lot of VHS tapes, you know, videos from like my parents. So I watched like Gremlins, Aliens, Terminator, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I do get really nostalgic with this stuff, even though I wasn't born at that time. So it really did hit all that right stuff for me. So I fell in love with it as soon as I watched it.
I wasn't a huge fan of that stuff because I never watched it because, you know, my parents come from a different background or whatever. But just watching season 1, I was just like, every single episode just made me want to watch the next one. And like Jim Hopper, like he's like my favorite character because like he's so good, really cool. And like because he's a chief, he gets to pretty much like get away with like almost everything. So like my favorite part in season 1 was when him and Joyce got captured, and like since he knew too much and like he was too much of like a high profile person, if they killed him it would have been like way too obvious. So like he's like, just let me and Joyce go, give us what we need, and we'll go find the boy. And they think that they can't do that, but obviously they find Will and stuff like that. But the kids in this show, you know, the actors who play Michael, Lucas, Dustin, Eleven, and Will, despite Will not being on screen all that much, they were all pretty good. You know, I really did like how the kids were written, because like they were written as kids. You know, kids do curse, kids do these things and stuff. So
it's very realistic how they were acting. So
they're like, this is really bullshit.
Good.
What the hell, or whatever. You know, like they were actually acting like kids, and I really did like that aspect of the show. And even like the whole arc with Steven and Jonathan and Nancy, you know, that little love triangle there. I really liked that aspect of the show as well, because it kind of reminded me of me watching like a lot of the high school, you know, TV shows that I watched, like Degrassi back then and Riverdale now, you know. So that little aspect of the show I really liked as well. Even like the teacher, you know, like him showing them on how like you know, the upside down kind of worked indirectly, you know. I really did like that as well. Like pretty much everything about season 1 was good. But season 2, however, you know, this one just came out. What are your thoughts on it? Like, do you think that this season's better than season 1, or do you think it's the other way around?
I'll say it's like on par with season 1. Like I say they're both great. Like I can't really pick which one's better, since the first season really focused on like the kids more so than this season. This season sort of focused on everyone a little bit more and gave them more development and stuff. Because I feel like the first season really focused on the kids, and like, you know, they had the other plots going on with Nancy and Jonathan and the Hopper and you know, Will and stuff happening with that. Yeah. But with the second season, it seemed to be more focused, like split on everyone basically. Yeah. And it was like a huge focus on everything, pretty much. Yeah, especially like Mike. Like Mike barely had any screen time with this.
Mike in season 1, he was like the star, but like in season 2, he's sort of like a side character almost in some regards.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. Like, we don't really need to have the main character, because I really like every character in this show. Like, I don't really hate anyone at all. Yeah, same. Besides that one bully character that's really over the top and it's hilarious.
Not in Steve, season 1?
It's season 2. That dude.
He's from Power Rangers. Bill. I think from it's the Power Rangers movie. He was the Red Ranger or whatever. I think it was Bill. I think
okay.
Billy or whatever, because Bob is the boyfriend of Joyce, which unfortunately died.
No, yeah, Bob was great.
Yo, Bob was surprisingly good, dude.
Yeah, I mean, the instant I knew he was gonna die, I'm like, this guy's so dead. He's way too nice. Like, he's gonna die. He was either evil or he was gonna die, and I was right. He was dead. But yeah, I think season 2 really expanded on like the lore of the whole Upside Down and stuff like that, and gave Elle a lot more like background with like, you know, her past with the other like numbers and like her mother and stuff like that, and give her like closure and stuff like that. What did you think about episode 7? Because I know a lot of people hated it.
A lot of people disliked episode 7, but like without episode 7, we wouldn't get 11's badass new outfit, and then we wouldn't have a complete arc for 11 either, because like she wouldn't have met her sister or whatever, and she wouldn't have had that traumatic experience with her seeing Papa, and you know, that whole episode pretty much taught her that she knows where she needs to be. She doesn't need to be with her sister that she hasn't seen in a long time. She needs to be with her friends back home, you know, or like the whole 11 arc was just her trying to find home, you know?
Yeah.
So like the fact that she went to this new home, quote unquote, and then she found out that this wasn't what she wanted to do, she had to go back and help her friends, which I really did like. And like her entrance into the last episode was very cool and very nice, and I liked how they did that.
Yeah, and I also like that 11 really wasn't in most of this, because again, she is like the OP character that could like solve everything really
pretty
quickly.
much.
So it's really nice to just have her show up at the end and then do her stuff instead of showing up like, you know, everyone else needed to have that time to shine. So her showing up so late in like to join everyone else was pretty smart, because you know, she could have just blasted those things anytime. So I'm happy that they did that. And episode 7 was important to establish like other plot lines with the whole other numbers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like number 8, like what happened to the other kids and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
because then
like,
like that whole beginning scene in episode 1 would have just made no sense, basically.
Yeah, so like we have that storyline going on now, and like if you know Papa is dead or not, like we don't.
Yeah,
really
we
know,
still don't know if he's dead or not. So
that's also important. So yeah, they started to set up that like I guess like plot line for later. But yeah, I think the episode was important, and I think people were way too hard on it. Yeah,
people were just way too hard on it, because like they were watching it and then it ended. They were like, "Wait, that's it?" Like they probably expected more from that episode, but I feel like having a solo 11 episode was necessary, especially for how her arc was going.
Yeah.
So
I know people hate it because, you know, that was when the little demi-dogs were starting to come out from the ground, and then the cliffhanger, and then we got that episode, and a lot of people were mad because it sort of like broke the flow of that episode. But I'm like, you know, this is also like Netflix. You could just binge it.
Yeah,
like, you don't have to wait a week for the next episode.
This is not like a weekly sort of thing. You just watch the next episode right away, you know?
Yeah, I have no idea why people were so mad about that. But yeah, I think the season 2 really you know, helped build the lore of like all the other characters and of the Upside Down and stuff like that.
What'd you think about Max as a character?
Max, I like Max. I mean, she's a little like, you know, like the tomboy girl, like, you know, that's like, you know, pretty played out. But you know, I think she was fine. She fits in pretty well.
I definitely liked her character, and that little love triangle that she had a little bit with Dustin and Lucas was pretty funny as well. It's like, we should go ask her, and then like she left. She's like, we could ask her after class. I was like, this is so like something that I would like do in middle school or some shit.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was definitely a very good part of the show. Some people say that Max's character is weak. I can definitely sort of agree with that, because like she didn't get as much character development as she probably needed, because like she kind of just like tagged along with the group after she was invited to go trick-or-treating or whatever. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say she was like, I'll say she was weak because she didn't get as much screen time as she probably deserved. But then again, none of the kids really got that much screen time in this one as much as the other season. Yeah. So you know, I wouldn't say it was the fault of her character, because I think she's fine. It's just it was just, you know, how they structured the plot to go around this time. So
that whole fight scene with Billy and Steve was just like, God damn it, Steve gets to get his ass kicked again.
I know, right? Like this poor guy, and I let him win. Like I also like Steve. I really like Steve.
Oh
now.
yeah,
like,
everyone loves Steve now, because it's like, you know, now he's like, maybe I'm a good babysitter now, you know, and like now he like kind of let go of Nancy, you know, because like after what she said at the party drunkly, obviously. So
yeah, it's bullshit.
Everything's bullshit. I'm like, oh God, no.
Yeah, like goodbye.
And the whole thing with Jonathan and Nancy. At first, when I first saw them go to that place, I was like, wait, why are they here again? And then as I'm rewatching it, I was like, oh yeah, they want to go and expose the whole lab thing to them.
Yeah,
again.
the whole lab thing, and they bring justice like Barbara, because she didn't let that poor girl just get eaten in the first season.
She pretty much just died and like nothing happened. So
so I'm glad they actually had like closure for her, because I'm like,
because Justice
died.
for Barb was going on for like a year now or whatever.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So,
but yeah, I really liked it. I like the whole, like, obviously the Upside Down isn't done with yet, because the whole like smoke monster thing is like really angry at them now.
Yeah,
because he like
he's just hovering over the middle school or whatever.
Yeah, so we still gotta deal with that. But I know they said they want to have 4 seasons for this show, so I don't think the next season is gonna deal with the Upside Down. I think it might deal with the other numbers and stuff like that, and like Papa. And then probably for the like last season, we're gonna finally like get rid of the Upside Down. Probably that's how it's gonna work.
Yeah,
that's what I'm guessing. But
I honestly like, as long as the Duffer Brothers are still the creators and the head people directing the show and stuff like that, I don't care on where the show goes, because I'm pretty sure they know what they're doing.
Yeah, it was really good. I know some people thought it was like a repeat of the first one, because they do a lot of things like the first season did, like with the whole...
In some regards, but like season 2 was really different, I feel, because like we don't have like 11 being like a fish out of water sort of thing,
Yeah.
So
I mean, she was mostly just finding her like
Yeah, she was just finding her place and finding her home, as I would put it. But in my opinion, I think season 2 is a lot better. I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's new or whatever, but I just like season 2 a lot more because of the whole the first part of the season with 11 and Hopper, and then you see Michael having like withdraw of 11 not being there and stuff like that.
Boy was losing it.
He was like day 350 something. I'm like, dude, you actually counted this? Like, my God.
Yeah. But I thought it was great. Like, obviously I love this like
also,
show
that
so
final
much.
episode was just so good.
Yes, the final episode was really good. I really like the whole them dealing with the portal and stuff like that, and like everyone coming in together, and the whole little dance they had was really fun to watch.
Yeah,
too.
that was just so adorable. Especially with Dustin getting advice from Steve. I was like, bro, your hair, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, that was really nice. I like that a
also,
lot.
Lucas asking Max to dance was just like, my God, dude, just fucking ask the girl, man. And like, she knew too, so she was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, it was good. I really like the characters in this show.
Did you watch Beyond Stranger Things or whatever?
I did not.
You should watch that, because they give a lot of insight on season 2, and like some funny things that go on, like for example in the final scene with Finn and 11 kissing or whatever, or Michael and 11. I said Finn because that's the actor's name, whatever. When they kiss, Finn says I'm going in, but like he's like a ventriloquist, so like he says it like so good that like they didn't even notice, and like that actually made the final cut. Like, that's just hilarious to me. But that's just one of the many things that they talked about within that little show. Like, not every single episode on that is like 40 minutes long. Like, some of them are like 20 minutes. So you should be able to like breeze through that within like a day or whatever. But now let's get into Mario Odyssey. So Mario Odyssey came out, and I picked it up at midnight at Best Buy, and I played it for like, I think it was like 3 hours, because by the time I finished it, Stranger Things 2 came out, and I didn't watch it. I actually waited for my brother to for us to watch it together. But Mario Odyssey, as a person who has never really been a fan of Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine, which is like what this game kind of is, like a 3D exploration 3D Mario game and stuff. I love this game. This game is like my favorite 3D Mario game, or favorite Mario game period, like ever. So
yeah, I agree with that. Wait, how far are you?
I finished it. I'm already like trying to get the moons and stuff like that within the other kingdoms. So
okay, like I barely had time to play it. Like I just got up to New Donk. Well, I did the first part, New Donk City. But
okay. So thank God you said that before I spoil everything.
I barely had time to play it, but from what I played so far, yes, it is really good. Mario controls so well. At first, I was like, he's like really slow, but then I forgot how to do rolling and stuff like that, and like all the other cool tricks Mario could do. He just feels so good. He has so many moves he can do. It's just like I hate Sunshine, but Sunshine did have the best like Mario controls.
Yeah, I think in some regards,
this one beats him. Like that it's just so good. Like
it's because of Cappy, so dude. Good. Cappy's just like way too good.
Yeah, the capture mechanic is also like very seamless. Like it never feels like intrusive or anything like that. Like it just feels like when you take over an enemy, it's like, all right, I'm doing this now. Like it doesn't feel too jarring or anything like that, and it flows really well. Which I was kind of worried about that, but yeah, it just works so well. Getting all the moons is fun to do. I am kind of sad that the moons are kind of just like, oh, you sometimes just ground pound a thing.
Oh yeah, sometimes the moons are just like, you know, out in the open, you know, just there and stuff like that. But like some of them are like really tricky to find, especially in the post game once you get there.
I heard the post game is where the game really gets like difficult. So yeah, I can't wait to get up to that. But yeah, so far I'm really enjoying it. The worlds I have done right now are really like just really cool. Like I really like the Wooden Kingdom. That one was really cool.
That one was definitely very cool because like when I fell, I was like, oh shoot, I'm dead, and I was like, oh wait, I'm at the bottom part with the stupid dinosaur, which actually scared the shit out of me. Yeah. Like that was so scary. I was like, oh shit, wait, I gotta run. Yeah, you can't even take control of it. You have to like, you know, make it bop on a tree to knock its head off. But yeah, that part was really cool. The music is also really good when the music. Yes, the music in this game is fantastic.
Yeah, it's really good. You know, I can't say too much because I haven't played a whole lot of it. I really want to play more of it, but
yeah, I don't want to spoil everything here for you. But like, the post game is just like where the game really does shine, in my opinion. Because like when you finish the game, you'll probably have like 1 to 2/8 of the stars done, or the moons technically, but you won't even have like most of the moons at that point. So like going back into the other kingdoms is just super fun.
It's like 999 of them, right?
It's like close to 800, I think, or something like that. So like it's like an insane amount. Also, the outfits in this game, like just getting the purple coins is like my only reason why I'm getting them, because like I could just like dress up Mario in like different outfits, and it's pretty troll and pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it a lot.
Like just running around as Mario in boxer shorts is just like my favorite thing ever, because I'm just kicking the shit out of this bunny right here in my boxers. Like this is just so amusing, I feel. And like the bosses aren't all that challenging, but when my cousin played it, because before she bought it, she wanted to play it over at my house, which, you know, she brought her Switch and I just put the cartridge in. She played it on assist mode, and assist mode is pretty much like super easy mode, because like there's an arrow on the bottom of your character, or on top, I think, and it pretty much guides you where the next moon is, and like you actually have 6 hit points instead of 3. It pretty much just makes the game a lot more accessible for newer players, which I really do like that Nintendo did. It doesn't hurt the main game at all, but it helps just newer players and people who aren't really familiar with games to begin with to get into this one. So I just really like that they included that. But yeah, just like overall, Mario Odyssey is just like my favorite Mario game ever, and it's probably my game of the year so far. I got into this a lot more than Zelda, just because I like Mario a lot more than Zelda, because that's just my own personal preference. But yeah, Mario Odyssey, it's really good, really fun. I wish that you finished it, to be honest. God damn it, dude.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I've been so busy. Like I haven't had time to do anything.
Hopefully on the next podcast we'll be able to talk about it more in depth or whatever. But
I'll probably finish it by then.
All right. So is there anything else you would like to add, Damian?
No, I think that's about it.
All right, so that is the end of the Two Players podcast. Thank you guys for listening to this 1-hour episode, and we will see you guys 2 weeks from now with the next one.
Later.